Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to our live chat with our very beautiful and lovely Diana Stanislaus. Did I say your name correctly?
I love it. Yes, you pronounced it very well. Thank you so much.
Diana, welcome here. You're such a delight to be with. When I met you for the first time at Immigrant Women in Business, I thought, all right, here's a little young girl, maybe in her 20s. She's here. What a lovely thing to see. She's a youth who is so inspiring that she's ready to inspire and rock the whole world. And when you stood up to talk, and then I heard that you're a mom and you're a wife and a mom, and you have done so many things. I was shocked. I looked back at my life when I was, when I was maybe in my 30s, 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
I didn't dare to dream the way you have. And so you're such an inspiration. I had to have you shine your light, actually, not even shine, dazzle your light as a North Star for all of us. So, welcome.
Thank you.
And I'd love you to share with us who you are and a little bit about your life.
Okay. Thank you, Shireen. Thank you for that wonderful introduction that you have given just now. And thank you for wording that dazzling. I love that word, dazzling. And and I really love this be your own North Star. Because I believe that every human that comes to this world comes with a unique talent. And I strongly believe in that. And when did I realize that? Is the moment when I lost my dad. It will be third year this month, but then I can tell you about that story later on. But right now, I would like to say that I am actually um, holding an elite title of a Mrs. Galaxy Vaughan with the Canada Galaxy pageants here in Canada. And not only that, I'm also a show producer and a host for a show called Voice of Artist on BGTV. And I'm also a radio host here in Canada for Mutamal FM radio station. And not only that, I am also very much actively involved with community work, helping others. And I am also one of the founding members for Immigrant Women in Business. As you know, we are actually for the Brampton city. And also, I do many lives on my Instagram page where I bring and introduce mothers because I find mothers are heroes because we do many things at the same time. So I find them superheroes, and I'm introducing mothers via my live chat on Instagram page. I do many. Sometimes I even forget, and after the interview, I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to say that I'm doing this. But so far, main highlight, I'm also, of course, involved with youth that are from coming from underprivileged community, and I am working with the film stars, where we give an opportunity for youth to as a platform to prove themselves and to create their own portfolio to achieve in their lives as a second chance.
Wow. Let me understand this. So you're working with youth,
Yes.
and you're bringing together actors,
Yes.
movie stars,
Yes.
and these youths, and
Yes.
giving them an opportunity to create their own portfolio in acting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Wow. And
Okay,
that
so
you're
yeah,
allowing them to live their dreams.
that's right. Because
Oh.
these youth are coming from a community where they don't have much to progress with their in their journey, and maybe they're also have very bad experience in their life, and they're stuck at a point. So
Right.
here we are giving them a chance to come out of from where they're stuck right now, to come out, because we are providing everything free for them. So, including the training, the education, the coaching, the instrument, everything, equipment, everything is we are giving them for free. They're educating them, providing with them a certificate, and also creating the opportunity for them to pursue their dreams in the media field.
Right. Wow, that's great work. I mean, giving someone a chance
Yes,
to break free from where they're stuck, and that's so powerful, and such a brilliant and noble thing that you're doing,
yes,
giving someone a life, a
yes,
way of living that they would feel fulfilled in. That
yes.
is so beautiful. And you have many feathers on your hat. That's why you're a leader. So
Yes,
so
it's not
you're an actor, you're a model,
easy.
you're an activist, you're a mother, you're a wife. So tell me, how do you do all this? I mean, I have 4 kids. If I'm with them, I'm not able to do something. If I'm doing something, I'm not able to be with them. And sometimes I tend to, well, it's juggle. It's juggling, juggling, juggling every day,
Mhm.
and it's not easy. It's
Absolutely.
not easy. So, even with putting up this live show, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that nobody knows and nobody sees. Like, I'm sitting in this car and doing the live show because I have 3 kids doing their live classrooms, and they're attending school. So, and then in the middle of that, one of them is texting me, "Mommy, can you just send me pictures of when we went to the parliament, because I have to show it to my class?" And I'm like, "Do not disturb me." Before that, I had to actually tell them, "Do not message me, do not call me. I am downstairs and I'm doing a live show." Many a times, even in even when I'm doing the show from home, there'll be one kid logging onto the YouTube channel and sending me messages, "Wow, mom, you're you're doing so well, and you're cool." It's a distraction, because if you're a mom, you can't, like, you are a mom first. If your
Of
kids are
course.
around, you cannot focus on anything else. You're a mom first.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Absolutely.
easy. It's not so my question to you is, how do you do it?
So honestly, Shireen, I mean, looking at you, I know my first question is you're in the car, and of course, I know you have 4 kids, and I figured it out. There's something going on behind the scene. As a mother, look at you. It's a big challenge, but you're still doing what you want to do,
Right.
regardless of the challenge that's going on.
Right.
And same thing for me. I mean, I have one son who will be turning 12 next month, and he's equivalent for 10 kids, but uh, but he's a very good kid, though. Honestly, he's a very good kid. But thank you.
But
And
very
you know, I have
energetic.
one. Yes.
Very energetic. I
Yeah,
hear
very
you.
energetic. Yes, very. So what I would like to say is I myself experienced the same difficulties at the earlier stage before I even started this, what I'm doing right now, 2 years ago. Um, I had a 9 to 5 job. My profession was HR. I was an HR professional, and I worked for 12 years full time. 9 to 5 is my job. So, as a regular mother, I have to wake up early in the morning, prepare the food, send my 2 boys, drop off Adrian, my son, at school, and then he goes to after school program. Because why? Because I have to finish my job. Then there are times, snowy days, where you get stuck and you are not able to go pick him up at the right
Right.
time. And on top of it, he was going for other classes, karate, drum, music. And I would literally change, he would change his clothes in the car when I pick him up after school. And he would eat in the car. And then I would drop him off at school. So when we come home, it'll be 9 p.m. Then I have to prepare the dinner, prepare for next day work. So it was on a
Really?
regular basis. It's like I felt like it was very boring to me, because This is not
Hustling, hustling, hustling.
hustling, and I always had an inner voice within myself. There's more to life. This is not a life. I mean, there's more, and there's something that you can do more than this. And thank God for my husband, very supportive, and thank God for my in-laws, very supportive, because my mother-in-law is more supportive than my mom on what I'm doing right now. She would be the first person to comment on any of my modeling pictures or any of my acting, or any. She would be the first person to comment. So thank God for them, because I created that bond with my mother-in-law. It is not easy, because in our culture we're always, and we did have that at the beginning. We had that argument.
Powerfully,
We did fight, but we got
powerfully.
it. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. So I did experience all that. But when I had the opportunity to experience that hard life that my dad was going through, he suffered from a sickness called scleroderma. Only 1 in 10 gets that in here in Canada. It was very, very painful, and I was blessed to be beside him, take care of him. Thank God for that. And so that awakened me, because I had so much conversation with my dad when he was at the hospital. Till the last day, till his last breath, he spoke to me. So, and they say when you are at the last stage, you don't remember a lot of things, you lose your mind. But my dad was a brave man, he's a fighter, and that is something that I can see in myself, and he made me to see that in myself, that you can fight till the last breath. And the one question that I asked my dad was, Daddy, are you happy with your life? Are you satisfied? Because him and I knew that he's at the last stage. And one thing that he said is, 85%, he said, I wish I did this. So that moment, I realized, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen to myself. So
Mm,
I'm going to do what I want to do. And I don't have anything bad things in my mind that I want to do. I want to experience life to the fullest. I want to help others. And this is the only reason I'm also part of, I took a training during the COVID time for palliative care to volunteer, because my dad was sent to palliative care, and within 24 hours, he was no more. But that 24 hours opened my eyes looking at others in that palliative care. I walked to see a lot of them counting their last moments, counting their last days, sitting in that bed with their family members. So that is very painful. And I say, no, I mean, you have more to life. And I want to dedicate my time, spending my time with these individuals.
right.
So that is something that I did during the COVID. So that I'm also part of that right now. So I can volunteer with the people that are the palliative care, share, help them, allow them to talk, allow them to uh, just happy
Hold,
moments.
hold their hand through this last journey, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Very, very powerful. You are indeed a dazzling star. I'm so moved and, touched and inspired by your story. I mean, I only saw the glam bit, to be very honest, because I haven't had a chance to sit down with you and have a real conversation about what exactly are you doing. And I see glimpses of you working with the youth, and what is that program called where
It's called the Film Stars, and
mm,
I should mention Matthew Plummer is the person who actually created this. He created this for his community, and at the age of 19.
wow,
Why? Because he experienced that, and he doesn't want his community experiencing that. And
right.
thank God I met him, and I'm part of
Mhm.
it right now.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
And we have Aziza here. Hello, Aziza.
Hi,
She's
Aziza.
and
Yeah.
she has commented, beautiful people. Well, Aziza is very beautiful and lovely, and I had her, live. I had a
Yes,
conversation with her. She's an activist and doing great things in her community as
for her
well.
community. Yes,
So
yes.
shout out to her.
I
So
admire her.
what I really, really love about your story, Diana, is the fact that, what you're highlighting is that you have a support system. You have a husband who is very supportive of you. You have a mother-in-law who is the first person to like your pictures, your photos, and like your cheerleader, like
Yes,
the
pushing
first
me.
one.
Yes, supportive.
Yes,
Hmm.
and cheering for you to keep going forward. And I wish every wife and daughter-in-law uh, had this opportunity, and especially in our, excuse me, in our community of South Asian women.
Hmm.
That's a rare thing.
Yes,
That's a rare thing to see, because normally women's dreams are not considered that important. So,
absolutely.
so what I really love about your story is that you're not shining alone. There are these stars around you that they are shining too, because they're offering kindness. They're all holding the space for you to shine.
Yes,
They're they're encouraging, and so the way they are being to you is something that people need to see. Maybe seeing them, another husband can be a loving, supportive husband to their wife, or another mother-in-law can change the narrative of, especially the South Asian, especially the subcontinent, the families of the subcontinent of India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, that every mother-in-law daughter-in-law relationship does not have to be like we are at war. and
absolutely. Yeah.
and there can be a bonding and a friendship, and there's no monster-in-law in your life. So she's shining her light too, and so not only are you shining as a north star, they're shining around you, and you've made a constellation.
Yes. I would like to state a point here that it is all in you. How
Right.
you act is how the others will react. So when I got married and when I came to this family, I was able to study each one of them. I studied my mother-in-law and I knew where, like, what she would like or what she wouldn't like. And I was able to convince them, this is who I am, accept me the way I am, or they know I would, no matter what, I would do what I want to do. So that is something that my family is totally aware, including my husband. Even if he would have told me, don't go act, don't model, I mean, at this age, he knows she would definitely go and do it. So what I'm trying to say is this is not like the days that we grew up. It's totally a different environment now, different timing. You can convince people through communication if you have the right desire to do, if you have the right thing to do. So if you want to shine in your own way, communicate to them. Not any husband, I don't know any husband that would never want to support his wife to shine, or mother or mother-in-law would not. But I have also come across many people who don't have that support. I have heard many stories that don't have that support, but they are also shining. Look at you, you are shining, Shireen. And I have heard so many difficult stories, and they are shining in their own way. Why? Because they want to make their human journey a beautiful one. I'm sure I've listened to a lot of your life that you have brought, and many stories are so much different from what I'm saying. I'm sure I'm totally different from what you've heard from them, because everybody comes from a either domestic violence or assaulting or some kind of an environment, but they bounce back and they're shining in their own way. But here I create a different environment where I made sure that they better support me, and I'm not doing anything that is wrong, and I made them understand. I mean, acting in my culture, they have a different perspective. Modeling in
Right.
my culture, they have a different perspective.
Right.
They think participating in a pageant, they have a different perspective about it. So why am I doing this? It is to break that barrier. So I have a thing called Project Dreams, where I'm doing everything under that, where I'm breaking the barrier of it doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter what country you're from. Listen to your inner voice, and this is not a bad thing that what I'm doing. So through acting, I'm supporting youth. You can still do good things through these portfolio,
Ways, these channels.
through this
Yes.
thing, right? So if I'm acting, I'm also finding a way where I can support people. So I'm supporting youth there. Through modeling, I got the opportunity to participate in this pageant as Mrs. Galaxy Vaughan. I live in the city of Vaughan, so I'm representing my city. It's not just about going on the stage, wearing these outfits, modeling. No, it's about this pageant is allowing me to contribute myself more and more towards my community. There's a reason why I started with Muttamal FM radio station, because that gives the opportunity to connect with my community directly. So I can
Right.
create programs that where I can connect with my community in my language.
Right.
Voice of artist with VJ TV. I'm in media, so I'm creating programs where I can create a change. You have to create the change. Voice of artist is all about bringing independent artists from around the world. COVID gave me an opportunity to create that opportunity. A lot of people complain. Last year was brutal. Yes, for those of you who went through hard time, it is not easy. I experienced as well. Not a lot of people know that I experienced COVID as well. So, but nobody knew that I did. Why? I continued my program while I was isolating myself. I did my shows.
Wow.
I did my radio program. None of my shows stopped. My Instagram was completely running very well with my stories. I was meditating all 14 days, and nobody knew that I did. So it is in you to shine the way you want to shine. So you create the opportunity. People will not come and create it for you. You have to create, you have to shine in your own way. I have friends, I'm sorry, I have friends who are so talented, and I would tell them, you have this talent, why can't you do it? It's the age. People think I'm in my 20s, I'm in my 30s, I am not. So I think I am. And that is what makes me do what I'm doing. It is in you, you have to do what you have to do.
Wow, this is beautiful. So what I'm hearing from your story, I'm picking out the lessons, the learnings, the golds, the nuggets. So what I hear from your story, I mean, you just keep inspiring me more and more, because now you're saying that you had COVID and you still continue that, like the show must go on,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So what I learned from you is that you show up in integrity, with integrity, and you don't come from a world of excuses. This is my landmark jargon I learned in landmark, and I'll explain what that means. Is that integrity here does not mean morality. Integrity means your wholeness of being. Integrity comes from the word integer. I've shared this before with people. It comes from the word integer, and integer is a whole number. So you are standing in the wholeness of your being. That's where your balance comes from. I have watched your videos where you have been cooking.
Yes.
So even COVID times, you've been cooking. You've done your radio shows, you've done your work, and you have taken out time to meditate and heal and recuperate and get back into good health. That's very powerful, and that's integrity. The other thing is to not live in a world of excuses. Oh, I'm so old now, or oh, I'm married now, or oh, I have COVID now,
Yeah.
or oh, it's a lockdown now. Oh, the world is changing. Oh, 2020 is a bad year.
Yeah.
None of that has been part of your narrative.
No. And I also have to say, 2020 was very, very challenging to everyone and for me as well. I lost one of my dearest cousin in the year of 2020. He was only 19 and I lost him. So it was not easy. It was not easy that to overcome someone that I grew up with and losing a cousin, my own cousin, little brother. It's not easy. So I mean, so I did not decide to sit in one place and just mourn about it or just say that, oh, I got COVID, so I'm going to. I was in my room, by the way, for 14 days.
Isolating. Yes.
Hour,
Well,
a week extra because I have my family living with me and I have to be very careful and I didn't want anyone to be affected. So I was in my room and I did everything from my room. All my shows were done and my wishes. I think we had Deepavali at that time, and I had to do my wishes. I dressed up and did everything. I didn't wanted anyone to even see in my face that I am going through something. But I did go through a lot of pain and stuff. My mom asked me after when I came out, she's like, you went through that and we didn't know. And of course, because if I tell, they're going to be worrying outside, right? Because they don't
wow,
know what's happening in the room. So they were
wow,
worried, but I didn't tell none of them what I was going through. But
wow.
what I wanted to say is look at Shireen. She's sitting in the car right now. She has 4 kids. 3 kids are doing online schooling right now. Look at that determination. I want to tell my friends, and for those of you who are watching, take her as an example.
That's
There
so
are
kind of you.
who come to me and say, "Oh, I have my kid is equivalent for 10 kids or 20 and very naughty. I can't do certain things." No, if you can, you can. You make the chance. You make the time. You do it. I mean,
Right.
you can sit and complain. I don't surround myself. You won't believe I stopped talking to so many people that I thought would give me the negative vibes. So I'm only surrounded with people with who would give me positive attitude. And I must say thank you to few of my friends and good friends who still lift me up, motivates me, support me no matter what. I fight with them. I'm a very straightforward person. I would tell them to their face, but they would still come after me. They would still love me. Thank you. Thank you to those friends. You know who I mean. So thank you guys for being in my life. I must
So,
say that.
so
Yeah.
that's what I mean when I say that you've created a constellation around you,
Yeah.
because not only is your family supportive, that is what you've done. You in through because genius, the work of genius, the work of world class, or the work of true leadership. I attended the personal mastery academy program by Robin Sharma, and
Yeah.
I learned that, and you're a living example of that. And in that he talks about to become a purist, and
Yes.
the concept of becoming a purist is you know how you take a sieve, how you drain things. You take a sieve or a colander, and you
Yeah.
just drain out what is not needed. You
Yes.
drain out the water, you drain out what's not needed. And it
Sure.
doesn't mean the water is bad,
Mm-hmm.
but you
No.
don't need it.
Yes. Yes.
So like that, if there are people in your lives who bring you
Yes.
toxicity,
Environment. Mm-hmm.
people in your life who give you only a no, that no, you cannot do this, or no, this is not correct, or that is not wrong. Like they're always saying no to any of your dreams, any of your what you want to do,
Yeah.
and where you could be. Just eliminate, like,
Yes.
give them love and let them go. Like
Yes.
you're not gossiping about them or saying they're bad people, but let them go. So that is a very powerful way of living.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely. Yeah.
what I am also present to is the fact of awareness, like the fact that you're so aware, and you are very curious and you notice and observe people. Even your example when you talked about your mother-in-law, and you said when you got newly married, you actually listened and you learned who she was as a
Mhm.
human being, so
Yes.
you have a good understanding. So you take genuine interest. It just means that when someone comes, when a human being comes in your life, when you have an encounter, whether
Mhm.
it's a mother-in-law or a husband or a friend or a colleague,
Mhm.
you take genuine interest in trying to know, get a feel of that person,
Yes. Yes.
and
Yes.
then you communicate, and then you communicate with them accordingly,
Yes. Yes.
so that either you bond, or it's time to say, okay, no, let's set boundaries.
Yes. Absolutely.
That is amazing. That is amazing. You've really shared some very powerful tools that people could use in their lives to be their own North Star. I'm so grateful for your presence in our live talk, and I'm pretty sure that the people who listen to this video and share this video, they will have a lot of learning through your story and your messages that you have shared. And it is very true, because you know even, let's say, I've had a lot of uh, experiences during COVID times,
Mhm.
and we're not just sharing that, oh, we had this, we had that, we had this problem, we had that problem. We're not sharing and listing our problems to just say, oh, poor us, look at
Yeah.
us, how good we are, we're still doing our work. That's not what I mean. When we are sharing what we went through and still we've been showing up, we are showing a way of being. We
Yeah.
are showcasing a way of being. We are trying to tell people that if you showed up the way you we've shown up, you will see results.
Absolutely.
You will see results. So, what people don't know is that 2020 has been difficult for me too. And, it's a hit on everyone's finances. That's the
Yes.
first one.
Definitely.
The second thing is, my daughter, my older daughter, she goes to work.
Mhm.
One day she went to work, and what people, nobody knows. I mean, I've done all these live shows, but I haven't shared this anywhere. And you inspire me to share this. My daughter had gone to work, and she is like you. She will hold on, and she will not share what she's going through, because she thinks my mama is going to get worried. So she didn't, and she just works a block away from my home. And while she was at work, now everybody has to wear a mask, and there are people who take advantage of that. There was a lady who walked in to the store, to the
Uh-huh.
restaurant, and showed her the gun. She came to rob. She Because my daughter was at the cash, taking the money, and for the orders, and even though there was a plexiglass, there's a little opening for people to just
Mhm.
do the tap,
Yes.
with their card. She pointed the gun at my daughter, and she said, she came there to take all the money, and my daughter froze. And thankfully her colleague's husband, he's a security officer, he had come there to pick up his wife. He intervened, and had he not intervened, my daughter was traumatized. She thought, that's it, it's the end, she's going to shoot me. And imagine that after all that was over, she is so traumatized that she doesn't know how to walk back home alone. And
Wow.
that's when she messages me, and she tells me, mommy, just take a deep breath, don't panic, this is what happens. And she knows that if she had done that, like if she had messaged me somehow or called me and said, mommy, there's someone holding the gun at me, I'd go there and I'd just bounce on that woman, like, don't you dare do that to my child. But that's
I
the
can
thing.
imagine.
And then when my daughter came home, she didn't go to work for 3 days because she was scared.
Of course.
She was traumatized.
You
And
are motivated. Yeah.
what it was like for me as a
Mhm.
mother to see that,
Mhm.
I was not. I was not my whole self
Yeah.
for some of the lives that I did. I wasn't my whole self. Then and even like all of even today, when I'm having a conversation with you, a couple of days ago, my ex-husband has COVID, and
Oh,
he was sent to emerge. I didn't know anything about it. He sends me a text message saying, "I'm asking you for forgiveness. I'm in emerge. What am I supposed to feel?" And twice he sent me text messages, and I'm told, because I called up his family, somebody from his family, and twice, and he has breathing problems. He's really unwell. And before that, many a times I have even though I've made peace with my past, and I've forgotten, I've forgiven. I haven't forgotten. I have forgiven. I've thought that, okay, I've forgiven him and everything is over, and then something comes up, something triggers me, and then I feel like, oh, you know he did this to me. That was always something that was playing at the back of my mind. But I took a moment to call him and have that conversation with him and give him that peace and comfort that we've made peace. Let's do closure. Give it a closure. And so I called him and I said, I don't want you to think like that. And, just let it go and focus on your recovery and just let it go.
mhm.
And, it really, when I heard his voice, it really made me feel, seriously, what am I doing? And if I'm triggered, and if I'm thinking he did this to me, he did that to me, is it worth it?
Yeah. It's not right to live in your past. Let the past go. Focus on what's happening
Yes,
in
yes,
present and future. Yeah.
yes. So, I went through this,
Yeah.
and it was difficult. It was a difficult experience for the past 2 days for me and my children. And
Hmm.
nobody wants anything bad to happen to
To
anybody,
anyone.
whether they are
Absolutely.
related to you or they're not related to you.
Absolutely.
Nobody wants that.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot that goes on when there are the people who show up, the people who are speaking on stage, the people who are acting in movies, the
Yes.
people who are shining their light. They are burning sometimes. They are
Absolutely.
burning,
Absolutely.
and it takes a lot some days for them to shine.
It takes a lot of courage for you to even do what you're doing right now. I mean,
Yes,
I have to stress this point. Taking part in a pageant, you need the confidence. You need that the strong confidence within yourself to even go on the stage and present yourself with
right,
the outfits there. And you have your cultural barriers and everything. You're coming out of that nutshell to do what you are doing right there.
right,
You build your confidence there. And I also have to say, because I'm wearing the sash and the title, the reason why I joined with Canada pageant is this is the only pageant which allows you to participate regardless of your age, how you look, and what height you are. You don't need to be 6 feet tall to participate. You don't need to be that skinny, good, gorgeous looking. Just be yourself and show who you are. And that is the reason I joined, and it is giving me a lot of opportunity to explore my human journey in the right way and in how I want to explore. And with your story, I just wanted to say life is too short. You never know what's going to happen the next
right,
minute. So don't live somebody else's life. Just
right,
please try to learn who you are from every opportunity that you get.
right,
And every time you get tested, challenges, that is life. Life is full of challenges. And too bad we are in that set of a life.
right,
So learn from those challenges and try to overcome and do something to experience this life beautifully till we leave this earth, right?
Right.
So
Right.
surround yourself with good people, surround yourself with positiveness, spread the positiveness to everyone, and
Right.
do good. Shine
Right.
with your own North Star.
Right. Thank you. That's awesome. And you know what I really also like, there's something else that I am noticing, that when you wear a like when you wear a title, a pageant title,
Mhm.
then you cannot hide anymore.
No, you're out there.
You are in full visibility, and you're accountable, like you become responsible.
Yes,
Then
yes,
how you behave, how you conduct yourself, how you show up in the world, everything matters. Like, you are no longer behind closed doors of your home doing whatever. You can't just wear a title and be like, okay, when I'm on the stage I'm going to be like this, but when I'm off stage I'm going to be like this.
you can.
That's not how it is. Then, you know, you there, and not that you don't have struggles,
Mm-hmm.
not that you don't have struggles. Even if you have struggles, you are still responsible for showing up for the people who believe in you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
And I must say, even my Instagram page, I must say that a lot of people say, oh, I mean, girls get more followers, blah, blah, blah. But I always say, no, don't judge women like that, because like when you come to a page, you will be able to sense that motherliness and the community involvement and how I'm supporting women, because I want people who are watching me to know that what I'm doing is something that is useful to other human. So never judge anyone unless you talk to them in person.
So
And
it's not just a pretty face.
it's not just a pretty face. No, no,
Right.
no, no. That is why I create these live chats with so many mothers, because a lot of people, by browsing, you wouldn't know about them. But when you communicate to them, you would know more about them.
Absolutely. And that's what you love to do.
Yes,
You love people. You have a genuine interest and curiosity about knowing people.
yes.
And that's why you're just playing your game in life, and you're good at it. So yes, that's awesome. So for in your life, what I've learned is being your North Star means, to you it means, living your dream. And it means creating a constellation around you. It means showing up and sharing your shine no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes,
Right.
yes.
So, having said that, what would you leave the audience with? What would you leave our friends who are watching? What one thought would you like to leave them with?
I would like to tell them the same thing that I just mentioned, that life is too short. Doesn't matter whether you're a mother or you're not a mother or how old you are, doesn't matter. Listen to your inner voice. You will get a point where your inner voice will be there all the time. Listen to your inner voice, know what you want to do in your life, and do that. Doesn't matter what you're going to, just try. You create the opportunities, or if you receive the opportunity, make sure that you're willing to try it out and learn something and do what is right to you.
Right, right. And also to have genuine love for people. Like,
Yes,
you cannot, I mean, how do you have a shine if you're just, if you're not willing to share that shine,
yeah.
if you
Don't
don't light up other people around you. So
absolutely love what you're doing. Don't do it for the sake of what other people will think and what other people will judge about you. No, do it from your heart. Love what you're doing. Smile, and because life is too short, smile and spread the positiveness. That's all I can say.
right. And what I thank you. And what I also learned from your story is that you're not attached to the pageant title or the crown. What you're actually focused on is what comes as a way of living from getting that sash and that crown, that you're able to expand your way to serve the community.
That's right. This is giving me an opportunity to give me that boost to continue and do more and more out there in the community, honestly. And that is the main reason I wanted to participate, because it gives you do things that will boost you to continue what you're doing.
Right, right. Having said that, I really want to thank you for your time. Thank you for showing up. You are a dazzling rock star. We are going to keep watching your journey, and I'd love to keep seeing what new things you come up with, and how you do wonders in the community, and how you keep spreading and shining your light. And maybe you're one of those. Actually, you are one of those who's not just shining her light, but she's got a magic wand in her hand with a star on top of the wand, and she touches other people's lives, and she lets them shine and be their stars. And so it's so beautiful. It is so lovely to watch that, you
Thank
know.
you so much.
And I appreciate you. I love you. I adore you. Thank you. And I wish you the very, very, very best in everything that you do in life. Keep shining your light, keep smiling. And thank you to all the people, all our
Yes.
friends who've been watching. Please like and share this video with as many people as you can, because it's not just about women, it is about men too. Men who feel like they're of a certain age, they cannot live their dreams, they cannot have what they wanted to have because that time has gone, they were busy doing something else. No, this is not true.
Mm-hmm.
There is no like a time limit or a deadline for you to live your dreams. There are people like, I know, like Louise Hay, who started her, her learning the piano at the age of 80 or 90. Like, she started it that when she was that, at that age.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whenever you're ready. It's about when you are ready.
Absolutely. 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 Thank you so much. And people like you and others who have strong stories behind themselves, they are the one who actually pushed me even to this extent. So thank you, Sharon, for even coming in my life. Thank you to all who watched this
Thank
live. Thank you so much. Have a happy Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And have a lovely rest of the day.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sharon, for having me. Thanks. Bye.